Hey, did you miss me back? So last time I had just showed you the musket. So I started sanding it. Obviously I've taken all the hardware off, all the brasses off, with the exception of a couple of pieces that need to be kind of molded into the stock with, with the sanding and the firework. I have done quite a bit of the stock, at least initially, and now I am at a point where I'm kind of working on some of the buttstock portions. I did want to stop and kind of show you some of the detail that I had missed before. Let me flip it over. So it's very rough, right? It's very rough from all of the... let me see if I can get a good focus in here. I'm sorry about the focus here. I'm going to switch over to manual. Okay, so I started with... it's very, it's from the CNC, or not the, I guess it's a lathe router. You can, then there's all sorts of... This is very, very rough right in here. I started here with the file, and you can see I've already started taking this down here. I'll try to even it off with the brass, and then this last little piece here, which is where I haven't done yet. The other side is almost done, so it is, filed and sanded smooth, and then this, the fitting up against the butt plate is obviously much tighter. Again, this is at about the 150 grit level, doing a lot with a cross cut file, and then hitting it with sandpaper. This brass obviously needs to be polished out. I haven't done that. I've only done a couple pieces to try it and see what it would look like. And again, so this is where it is. Taking the cross cut file and on the flat side, and just going over it to kind of knock down the high spots. And you can see here it's starting to go from from smooth into an area here. Let me see if I can focus. Yeah, right there where these little marks here are just the low spots. I'm knocking the high spots off. And once I get that flat where it's like this, then I hit it with the sandpaper. Also driving it down to get the high spots here. This was actually about 1/8 of an inch off down here. It's not quite done yet, but we are getting close. And all this casting pieces will be coming off as we sand and then buff out the butt plate. So also kind of molding in here. This is the side I haven't done yet, and then this is the side I started. You'll see that at the top I haven't finished yet. I haven't done the molding on that yet, but on the bottom it's somewhat molded. And again, the same thing in the front. These both had the marks from the router around it. Front here. The side's coming out pretty good so far. We're going to at the 150 mark on the sandpaper. Still a lot more sanding to do. And I gotta start molding this into contour. The back here I've already started molding. You can see that this is flush with the nameplate, and then I'll try to knock this down a little bit more, and then kind of mold this stuff in as well. So that's where we're at right now. So we get some good focus here. You see that for the most part it's pretty smooth at the 150 level. I'll be hitting it with several grades of sandpaper going up as we finish. I'm still debating what the finish is going to be, whether I'm going to go with a true oil finish from Brownells, or a boiled linseed, or something like along those lines. Trying to get some suggestions off some of the groups on Facebook and see what folks are doing. This is after I polished that out. But I did want to leave the nose cap on because I didn't want any kind of splitting or anything like while I was working on it. So I left the polished the nose cap and then kind of put it back on, and just taped it off so that it wouldn't get hit with the sandpaper or the files. For those who are following, I'm actually working on this in my guest room. I do have a basement that it'll end up in one of these days, especially when I start doing the chemical finishing work. But right now I kind of sit on conference calls at work, and just when I'm teleworking I just kind of sand. I figure it's a nice cathartic thing. I only got a couple more seconds left on my camera before the 5-minute that I can record is up. That's why these videos are so short. So till next time, enjoy.